Someone to you that I don't think I need to introduce to you. His name is Senator Randy Brogdon. He's a friend of the Tea Parties. He is fighting for our constitutional liberties, and he's running for governor of Oklahoma. Please join me in welcoming Senator Randy Brogdon.
Thank you. Hello, Patriots. I said hello, Patriots. I know we all remember those words years ago. Houston, we have a problem. You remember that? I want to remind you of that story just for a minute. There had been an explosion on that Apollo 13 spacecraft, and it had destroyed the navigational system. And there was a great question whether those astronauts would have been able to make it back safely to planet Earth. And after hours of conversation with Mission Control, Houston and Commander Lovell made a decision. They knew they only had one chance to make it back safely. Commander Lovell, he put some tape up on the window of that spacecraft. He made it crosshairs. And for 14 seconds, probably the longest 14 seconds of his life, Commander Lovell had to do something that had never been done in the history of our space industry. He had to manually guide and direct that spacecraft to re-entry back towards planet Earth. And the way that he did that was very simple. He never took his eyes off of what was important. He kept planet Earth right in the crosshairs as he manually guided that spacecraft. Well, we know the end of the story. It worked. And here's why it worked, folks. Because he did keep his eyes on what was important. He never took his eyes off of planet Earth. And the reason I wanted to share that with you today, Oklahoma, we have a problem. We have the encroachment of Washington, D.C. now, stripping us of our economic future. We have a problem. And we have taken our eyes off of what is important to this state and to our nation. And it is freedom. 234 years ago, our founding fathers planted the seed of liberty. And each generation since has nurtured and cultivated that seed. And out of it has grown the greatest sovereign free government ever known to man. But I'm afraid that good seed lies in decay today because too many in Washington, D.C. have become rotten to the core. The things that we once held sacred, such as limited government, states' rights, the expansion of freedom, are too often held in contempt by today's politicians. The blessings of liberty have been diminished because of ignorance, corruption, and reckless behavior by our elected officials. Policies emanating from the halls of Congress, such as Obamacare, bailouts, stimulus schemes, have now infected the state of Oklahoma. And today, Washington ideas have trumped Oklahoma values. Well, I say enough is enough. How about you? These unconstitutional acts have put a stranglehold on our state's economy. Our kids' economic future is at risk today because of the policies coming from Washington. And although the chains of tyranny have weighted us down, folks, it is the rattling of those chains that have awakened the citizens of this state and have caused us to once again stand one more time to protect our freedom. You know, when Congress passed the $1 billion bailout, I got mad. Did you? When Congress passed the $1 trillion stimulus scheme, I got mad. Did you? When Congress passed Obamacare, I got mad. Did you? Patriots, let's don't just get mad, let's get even. Do you want big government or do you want free enterprise? Do you want another stimulus scheme, or do you want limited government? Do you want tyranny, or do you want liberty? Well, Voltaire reminded us of something very important. He said, if we choose not to exercise our freedom, those wishing to tyrannize will do so and will put shackles on sleeping men. Are you awake here in Oklahoma today? It is time to break the chains of big government. It is time to take a stand on constitutional liberty that made this nation great and Oklahoma a wonderful place to live. Folks, it is time to secure the blessings of liberty, and it is time to tip the scales back to we the people. God bless you. Stay in the fight for liberty.